Hey Ranger. Hey, just wanted to tell you a little bit about your new lightsaber here. So where do I start? This was originally a company called Ultrasabers. They have a grab bag saber, which during their sales I buy a bunch of them just for fun, and it's like a random kind of deal. So one of these was actually a grab bag saber. It's actually the first time I've ever actually built a custom lightsaber on this kind of like a one-piece design, right? So all this is like one piece, but this is based on the Initiate version 3, I think is the name of the hilt. So when I originally got this, it had it just had lights, and it had a little just like a cheapy battery pack and some whatever wires and whatever switch was here. So I actually gutted it all out and replaced it with a Tri-Cree LED. So there's actually 3 LEDs in here. It's 3 colors: red, green, and blue. Had to upgrade the switch to a momentary switch so it can control the new soundboard that's actually installed here. I'm not going to pull it all apart because it's all nicely tucked in there, but you do have it's a Custom Saber Shop V6 chassis, so it's about this long here, the length of the handle, and it has a 28 millimeter speaker here. So actually, I'll see if I can pull it out maybe just a little bit, but you can see the speaker in there, and you kind of rattle it out. You won't need to do this because I made everything integrated here, the recharge port and your buttons here, so you don't have to worry about taking this apart. But inside here, there's a rechargeable 18650 lithium-ion battery, and on the other side here, somewhere up in here, there's a soundboard. So this whole little like modular chassis moves in and out if we ever have to service it or whatever. But I've been playing around with it for the past week or so, and I let the other guys see it. So I let Finn and Grande see it, and they kind of liked it. So when I originally got it, it was a nice gloss black, so I actually worked it and weathered it a little bit. I think it looks really cool, man. I haven't done one of these before like this. So when you originally get it, you only have one set screw, and that's to hold the blade. The little LED module that was in here was kind of moving around, so what I did was I drilled and tapped 2 additional set screws. So you're actually going to have 2 set screws that do the blade. This set screw is permanent, so don't mess with this, because that's holding the LED module in place. Okay. I included a cool blade plug here. I had an extra blade plug laying around. This is to kind of just protect the LED, and then you can look at it. It looks kind of cool lit up, and you're not going to blind anybody. So the soundboard that's in here is they call it a Pico Crumble soundboard. It's kind of an entry-level soundboard, but the nice thing about this is the first time I actually worked with the soundboard. The sound is it's pretty basic. Not saying it's cheap. It's basic. It's got a couple of swings. It's got a couple of clashes, and everything is fixed. So you can't like reprogram the sound fonts. So they kept the sound portion of the board very simple. But what they actually did was they put a really good LED color mixer module in here. So as I mentioned, you have now a red, green, blue LED, and I'll show it to you in a bit when I take the blade plug out. But you can actually change, there's 6 color profiles. You can actually change the color of your blade, the light that comes out, which is really cool, because my other, if you want to say more expensive or higher end builds, they only got single channel mixers, so color mixers, but it's kind of cool. But the way this works is when you unbox it, I installed a kill key here. So this completely cuts power to everything. But as soon as you remove it, you can now, I apologize, I'm going to put it back in. So you can't press the button, see, nothing happens. But as soon as you remove this, then you can hear the boot up sound. Okay? And at that point, you can hit the button. And right now I have it in red. You can kind of see that. So the blade plug does prevent from blinding you, which is kind of cool. You can hear the swings already, right? And then it's got the clashes. think that's cool. This thing is like super loud too, louder than my other builds. So let me turn it off for a minute, and let me actually pop in a blade for you. So I'm gonna remove these 2 set screws here. And he pops out just like that. So that's included. And you can see the LEDs in there. So you got 3 LEDs, which is awesome. And let's put in this blade here. I'm just sending you a standard Ultrasabers blade. I wouldn't go around hitting a lot of stuff with it, but it should hold up to just regular swinging activity. But if you want to go full dual, then I would suggest getting a more dual grade blade from it takes any 1-inch blade, so you can get something longer. I think this is just a it's like a 26-inch blade, which is I like it for just swinging around. It's really comfortable. I don't like the really long 37-inch 40-inch blades myself, but that's the beauty of this thing, is you can customize it as you want from here on. And if you want to buy a new blade, go for it. But so same thing, boot it up. So you can see it's got a really nice red. It came out really good. And you can, it's got flash on clash. So when you hit, like you hit the handles and you put it against something, it's gonna clash. I think it's the rest of the colors. So it's the purple and I'm sorry, the blue and the green and the red mixed to do like a purple kind of flash. Okay. So the last thing I want to show you is how do you change the colors. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put the kill key in. This is the easiest way. And while the kill key's in there, you're going to hold this button down, and then you're actually gonna pull this out. Okay, so you're gonna give it a couple seconds. It's gonna beep. Okay. So now it's got red, and from here on you can change the colors. You just press the button. See as I'm doing it? So that's purple. The royal blue from Force Awakens. I got the cyan, the blue-green, which is from A New Hope and Empire. And there's the green from Jedi, Return of the Jedi. And it's got a really cool amber blade too as well. But I know you always tease me, and I know you always said you wanted a red saber, so I'm going to leave it on the red setting. And then from here on, you can do whatever you want. So once you select the color you want, you just hold this down again to program it. And that's the confirmation. And then from there, you can boot it up again. And there you go, man. This is a really fun build. I told Grande and Finn, if I hold this thing any longer, I'm going to want to keep it, because it's kind of, I was really happy with it. But hope you like it, man. You can't give me a hard time anymore on the show about not building you a lightsaber, alright? So that's my only favor to ask of you. You know, I'm just kidding, man. Got a lot of love for you, man, and thanks for everything you do with the community. It's cool. Let me turn this off. Other than that, you know where to hit me up, and if you have any issues with it, just let me know. But I think it came out sweet, man. It's my first time doing like a really smooth hilt, so it feels really good in the hands, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care, my friend, and may the Force be with you.